Thousands of doctors, nurses and scientists across Canada have been putting in long hours, but a new jump in cases of swine flu today shows the outbreak has not yet released its grip on the country. Meantime, up to 300 of the latest virus samples from Mexico arrived in Winnipeg a short time ago. They'll be tested at Canada's top lab. Mexican officials are reporting a stabilization in the number of cases there. As for this country, we're waiting to take you live to a Health Canada briefing that's going to begin in about an hour. But for the latest, I'm joined by the CBC's Julie Van Dusen. And Julie, this news conference is expected to make some big news. What can you tell us? Well, sources say that the Food Inspection Agency, the Canadian Food Inspection Agency, will be actually giving us the details about an Alberta farmer who went down to Mexico, contracted the virus, came back and infected his pigs. We understand that perhaps he spread it to his pigs by sneezing on them, handling them, and so on, and then it went through his whole herd. We've been told all along, of course, that by the World Health Organization and the Canadian government in particular, that you cannot get swine flu from eating pork products, and they will maintain that that is the case today, because when you cook the pork, obviously it kills the virus. However, it would seem that if the pigs that are infected, sneeze on you and you're not infected, you can pass it back and forth that way. So it's kind of a new development, but there's, a lot of details that we don't know at this point, but we just know that it will involve an Alberta farmer, as I say, who went to Mexico, contracted the virus, and then spread it to his pigs through the handling of the pigs. And so, Julie, I guess we don't know right now because, you and I are not infectious disease specialists, but we don't know exactly what this means, right? We don't know exactly what it means, but I think they will maintain that you cannot get swine flu by eating pork products because the cooking process kills the virus. But as I say, if you sneeze on a pig and you've got it, or the pig sneezes on you and it's got it, you could perhaps get it that way. So I gather that they'll have a lot of questions and details to go into at this news conference, which has been put back a couple of times. So I gather there's a lot of details to put together. And of course, it's been a day where we started out with 51 cases this morning, and now we're up to more than 80. All right. And so there were a number of major new developments, as you just mentioned, Julian, in terms of the number of cases across the country. What's the latest there? Break it down for us. Well, I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but I can just tell you that the bulk of the new cases are out of Nova Scotia. If you remember that private school in Windsor, where the students came back from a Mexican holiday and they ended up going into quarantine. And now, as predicted, the flu has spread and has certainly spread to other parts of the community. And now Nova Scotia has 31 cases in total, the most in the whole country. Other provinces reported increases today, including British Columbia, Quebec, and Ontario. So, as I say, the cases have jumped from 51 this morning, when I first went on the air, to more than 80 now. And health officials have been telling us all week to expect that the numbers will go up, but we have to stress, which we've been doing all day, that so far all the cases are mild. They're mild cases of the flu with the usual symptoms of, headache, aches and pains and so on, and that everyone is recovering quite well. I guess what we're about to hear in the next hour or so could be an interesting twist on what we've been hearing in the past few days. All right, Julie, thanks very much. Julie Van Dusen in Ottawa.